Hello, I am your Kingdom, Spiritual Transformational, and Life Purpose Life Coach and Mentor, Latricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business. Where we are empowered. Where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to also walk in our true divine purpose and power, and that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are history makers, we are world changers, we are dream successors, we are wealth generators, we are manifestors, we are curse breakers, and we most definitely are transformers, more than meets the eye. Yeah, kingdom people, we are. Kingdom people, thank you all so very much for viewing my videos. Thank you for all the likes, subscribe, shares, comments, and feedback. Thank you for all of your financial contributions to my channel and for all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Thank you for all of your purchases and for your bookings. Thank you for all of you all who have checked out the podcast show. Kingdom people, I appreciate everything you do here on Kingdom Business. Thank you, Kingdom people. Thank you. And so, Kingdom people, I am on location, and you already know what I'm here to do. And if you don't know, then now you know. I am here to drop this beat, this word, this message. Yeah. So, Kingdom people, I am the chain breaker, and you are chain breakers too. Are y'all ready to break these chains? Let's go. Kingdom people, come on. Let me upgrade you. Let me activate you. Let me elevate you, kingdom people. Come on. Listen up, kingdom people. They want your peace. They want your peace. Kingdom people. Not only do they want to have peace like you, but they want your peace. Here's the thing, kingdom people. Many of times people don't know how to get peace. People don't know how to be at peace because we live in a world that constantly has us on a run if we allow it to, that constantly tries to dumb us down if we allow it to, that constantly tries to lure you into all kind of things to give you the impression that if you have this, if you do this, then you will be okay if you allow it to. But kingdom people, the problem with all that is when you're doing all of those things and when you're caught all up in, everything that the world has to offer you, you have no peace. Now, here's the thing. We know as kingdom people that we're going to deal with some things. We're going to suffer through some things. We're going to have some trials and tribulations. You're going to have that anyway, regardless of who you are in this world. But as kingdom people, we know that this is just part of what we have to experience. Yet, God will give you peace. He gives us peace in the middle of it. And kingdom people, it doesn't matter what's going on in our lives. We have peace. And if you're working towards that, if you're going through some things and you're in a place where you're trying to get to that peaceful place, that's okay, kingdom people, because the thing is you're going through something for God. You're going through on purpose, for His purpose, and ultimately it will bring you peace. But even if you think you don't have peace because of what's going on, maybe the situation in particular is not peaceful for you, but wherever you're at in that, people want your peace. People want your peace. You may give off a peaceful impression to others. They might not understand or get what you're going through. You know how the saying says, what you're going through, you don't look like what you're being through. Kingdom people, you don't look like what you're going through. You don't look like what you're being through. You don't look like that situation that may be kind of disturbing your peace. You don't look like that. And people want that. They want that peace that you have, even when you think you don't have peace. For many of you all, you are at peace. You have found your peace, and that's awesome. The thing, kingdom people, is everybody wants peace. Now, some of you may be thinking, some people don't want peace because sometimes people are doing everything in their powers to keep them from having peace. Kingdom people, that is true. That is true. The thing is that you have to pursue peace. Sometimes, and we already know, them ones in particular, but not always them ones, but many a times they do things, they operate in certain ways, They're, when you're not doing the things of God or not trying to do the right thing, if you're out here being inappropriate to other people, rude to other people, trying to cause harm to other people, I'm literally hearing being competitive with other people, especially if you're not a teammate of a basketball team, a football team, a soccer team, or something like that. In other words, friendly competition is okay, but when you're competing with others, that takes away your peace. There's no peace in that. And so many a times, kingdom people are doing things that take away their peace. Those ones that try to scandalize your name, that lie on you, that want to keep you from moving into the things of God. Those kind of things. Just saying and just being inappropriate, kingdom people who are out here and they're inappropriate and they're not trying to do things God's way, they don't have any peace. And I'm literally hearing there is no rest for the wicked. They don't have peace because they do things that take away their peace. I have a thing where I tell people, and I have even had to tell my daughter, this, when she has her behaviors and she has her moments, she's doing better these days. She's not having those moments as much. But I have had to tell her that when you behave inappropriately, when you doing something to try to bother somebody else or just acting a fool, I said it doesn't make you feel good. You may think in a moment you like what you're doing, but what happens is when you're trying to hurt somebody else or you're doing things to try to bother somebody else or whatever the case may be, in whatever way, it takes away your peace. After you do all that, you don't have any peace. So, kingdom people, I'm saying that to say you have to do the things that bring you peace. If you're doing things that cause you to take away your peace, then you won't have peace. If you do the things that bring you peace, then they're trying to take away your peace because they want your peace. But the point that I'm making there is that people want your peace, but they're not doing the things to have peace. They're doing everything to cause them to not have peace. Romans 14:19 says, "So then let us pursue what makes for peace and for mutual upbuilding." I'm going to read that again. Romans 14:19. "So then let us pursue what makes for peace and for mutual upbuilding." So, kingdom people, we have to pursue what makes for peace. We have to pursue what makes for upbuilding. That's why it's important for us to build each other up. I completely don't get people. Well, I get it, but I don't. The people that try to tear you down. It baffles me because I don't know, I don't do that, and I've never done that. I've never been one to try to pull somebody down or make somebody feel a certain kind of way or try to cause someone harm. Kingdom people, it doesn't bring you peace. When you build another up, when you pursue, it says what makes for peace and for mutual upbuilding. Even if you're in a relationship, a friendship, a partnership, if you're engaged in, you have friends, whatever the situation may be, if it's not peace there and a mutual building each other up, it's no use to even be around those people. It's no use in having those relationships because there's no mutual upbuilding. There's no peace. That's why when you're dealing with people who are trying to tear you down, who are jealous of you and who are envious of you and all those things, want to stop, block, that's not a mutual upbuilding. They're trying to tear you down. You may be one to build up, but it's not mutual. They're not reciprocating that. And kingdom people, it doesn't bring peace, which is why many times you are led by God to remove yourself from people who just want to tear you down instead of build you up, where you want to do some building up. And some people will let you build them up, but on the back end, they're doing things to try to tear you down. So I didn't want to go too much into that, but the point is, those things do not bring you peace. when you're not doing something good, when you're not, bringing peace, being peaceful, pursuing, like it says, the things that makes for peace, you have to be peaceful. You have to, behave yourself, so to speak. And what I mean by that, do things God's way. Be kind. Yeah, be firm when you need to, but in an appropriate way. Do the things that make for peace. And so, kingdom people, they want your peace because you're doing what's necessary to bring you peace. And if you figuring it out, they want that. I was talking to someone earlier today about how sometimes you look like you got it all together, but you know that you're working through things. I have a thing where I'm like, I'm always trying to get my life together. I never have it all the way together in my estimation, you know. And it's a thing of, because you are on that track, because you think like that, that's your perspective, and you're always working to improve yourself in your life, to elevate yourself, to upgrade yourself, all those things, to grow, to evolve, because you're on that journey and you proactively are pursuing these things. It looks like you have yourself all together. And so people on the outside looking in feel like you have it all together, even though you know you still working to get things together. It's the same thing with peace. You may be going through some things. You may have problems just like anybody else. Maybe not, but you still here on this earth, and you have work to do, and you have things to deal with. But you're at peace because you're pursuing the things of God. And kingdom people, because they're not pursuing the things of God, they're outside of God's will, they don't have that peace, and they want your peace. And the point here is that they have to pursue the things of God to have that peace. But they want the peace that you have. They want your peace. Listen, peace is one of the best things in the world. It's like, if you don't have no peace, what do you have? I'm reminded of scriptures when it speaks of the nagging woman, where the man had to go to the rooftop, to the corner of the rooftop. That's because he don't have no peace. He don't have no peace in his house, so he done went to the rooftop to get some peace. It's nothing like peace. Everybody wants peace, kingdom people, even if they're not doing the things to bring them peace, even if they're doing the things to bring them turmoil and more in a conflict. Kingdom people, they really want peace. It's just like those ones who try to, do all the inappropriate things to you, stop you, block you, compete, set you up, all those kind of things. They really want peace. Unfortunately, they think that doing those things will bring them peace. Not understanding, no, it takes away your peace, because it's not of God. Anything that's outside of the will of God does not bring peace. It brings turmoil, inner turmoil. So, kingdom people, understand. They want your peace. Hebrews 3:13 says, but exhort one another every day. Hear this, kingdom people. But exhort one another every day. If you ain't exhorting one another, whoever you in relationship with, or you in contact and interacting with, if you not exhorting one another every day as you should be, there's a problem. But let us continue. But exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. I'm going to read that again. Hebrews 3:13. But exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. So what is that saying, kingdom people? If you're not exhorting one another every day, if you're not doing something to uplift and build up each other, whoever you're dealing with, if you don't have a kind word to say, if you're not genuinely being authentic and loving with others, but instead you are, being hardened by the deceitfulness of sin, there's no peace there, because you've been hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. You've allowed, not you, kingdom people, but when you allow your sinful nature to take over, there's no peace there. You can't build up with another when you are in sin, when you have been deceived by sin and therefore being hardened. And that's why, I don't know why I keep wanting to hit on this, but why so many people that are out here trying to deceive others and harm others and think by pulling another down, that's their way up. Why they have no peace, because that's not the way to peace. Unfortunately, again, people think that if they tear you down and keep you from moving forward some kind of way, they think that's going to make them happy and make them feel better and cause them to have peace. But it does the opposite because of the deceitfulness of the sin. It hardens you. And if you're hardened, there's no peace in being hardened. Hardened people are not peaceful. These people that you see and you can run into, and I almost want to say some older people, we see it a lot with older people, but these days it's anybody that I just seem like they're just angry and mad and just evil, just upset. They're hardened. They have been hardened, and most likely they have been hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. There's no peace there, kingdom people. And why? Because when you do the things that don't bring peace, you won't have peace. If you're doing things in your sinful nature, you're going to be hardened, and then you won't have peace. But the thing, kingdom people, is they want your peace, but they're not doing the things to have peace. They're doing the opposite. John 10:10 says, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full, or to have it more abundantly. Kingdom people, listen. The devil don't want you to have no peace. He came to kill, steal, and destroy. Unfortunately, some of them, he has stolen their peace, and he continues to steal their peace or anybody's peace if you're continuing in sin. Continuing in sin, being in sin is not peaceful, especially when God is calling you away from it, especially when God is calling you to turn around and walk in a different way. Because sometimes God will allow, because we have to learn. We live, we learn, we grow up. God say, okay, it's time to stop that. Time to do this. When you're not following his lead, it's no peace. You don't have peace. When you're not following God's lead, you're following sin. You're deceiving yourself in sin. And so there's no peace. So the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He come to kill, steal, and destroy your peace too. He don't want you to have peace. And so what happens, kingdom people, those ones whose peace he has already taken, he's taken their peace because they are in their sinful nature. They want the peace that they see that you have. But you follow in the ways of God because you have accepted that life, and that life more abundantly that Jesus came to give you. But unfortunately, some of these ones have accepted the devil killing and stealing and destroying their peace. Now, of course, as we already know, that can be turned around. We can always turn things around. But the point that I'm making here is that the peace that you have, I want to say, they want your peace. But I just heard, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. But they want it. They want your peace. And again, kingdom people, they have to do the things that bring peace. You have to walk in the ways of God to be at peace. And I keep hearing, even in the middle of calamity, many a times, kingdom people, some of these ones that have done so much to you, and even some that be in the background doing this black magic witchcraft and these curses and hoodoo and voodoo and all that stuff, they don't understand how you still at peace after all they done. They don't understand how you still going, let alone how you at peace like this. But I tell you what, kingdom people, they don't have any peace. Why, kingdom people? Because they're doing things that's going to take away their peace. You're operating from your sinful nature. You done tapped into the devil's work. You done tapped into his stuff. Deceitfulness of sin. You've been hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. That's not going to bring you peace. But when these people are doing what they doing, kingdom people, they be so focused on trying to stop, block, tear you down, keep you from moving forward in the things of God, that they don't understand and realize that that's not going to bring them peace. First of all, it's not going to happen. They can't stop, block nothing that God is doing with you. But just the fact that they're trying to, God will make sure that they have no peace. I'm hearing again, there is no rest for the wicked. That means there's no peace for the wicked. The wicked don't have peace. They're not supposed to, because they're allowing themselves to be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. So, kingdom people, they want your peace. There's so many people in this world, I want to say, that are lacking peace, but I'm literally hearing that are lost. And you got to understand, when you are lost, there's no peace. Again, it doesn't mean that when you, maybe at one point in time in your life, you weren't where you are. You weren't seeking God the way you are. You weren't leveling up in God the way you are now. But when God called you, and as he continued to, you answer and you continue to. There's a very big, distinct difference than people who are just out here lost and maybe have been presented with new information, or God is speaking to them to change their ways or change something, and they're not. There's a big difference. And when God is calling you out and you're not answering, that leaves you lost. And there's no peace in being lost. And kingdom people, so many people are lost, which means so many people lack peace. But kingdom people, you have peace because you're not lost. You have been found. And you found. You been found and you found God. You probably always had him, but you get what I'm saying. Kingdom people, that peace you have, they want your peace because it's good. They want your peace, kingdom people. Okay? Okay. I didn't say give it to them. You can't give them your peace. The only way you can give them your peace is if you respond to nonsense. That's giving them your peace. Kingdom people, keep your peace. I know they want your peace, but keep it. And that's not the way that they get peace anyway. That's not really the proper way. It just causes you to step away from yours. It doesn't mean necessarily that you lose it, but for that moment you step away from it. Unless you allow it to just, something to overtake you, of course. But for the most part, kingdom people, keep your peace. Stay focused. Hit your mark every time. Keep walking in the ways of God. Keep walking upright before him. Continue to seek him. Continue to move in your purpose. But kingdom people, understand that all that brings you peace. All of that brings you peace. Even if you got some other stuff going on, you have peace. And kingdom people, they want your peace. Now, okay? Okay. Kingdom people, I am going to let that rest right there. If you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click on that red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Thank you. Then go ahead and click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Something like this from Kingdom People. Also, if you are interested in any of the services that I presently offer, if you are interested in purchasing or booking any of my services, if you are interested in sowing a seed into me or my ministry, or if you are interested in checking out my podcast, all that information is right down below in the description box. Also, I am running an end of the year sale at Latricia Booker Kingdom Life Coaching.com. That link is right down below in the description box. I am running an end of the year sale. Everything is 50% off. Everything is 50% off. So kingdom people, check that out. Get it now while it's 50% off, because it will be going back up towards the beginning of the year. So Kingdom people. Also, check out my YouTube memberships as well. Click on that join button and check it out. There's some pretty decent things going on. Yeah, so Kingdom people, y'all know I don't want to leave you, but I do have to go right now. But I will be back to hold my Kingdom people down. Kingdom people, I love you all so very much. With that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom people, above all else, let the Holy Spirit lead you in all things and at all times. Kingdom people, we are untouchable. That is my time. Jesus Girl is out. Peace. Peace.